What is up, everybody? I hope you all are having an amazing day. Back with today's trade breakdown. Ended up taking 2 losses and 1 win today for a total realized gain on the trading day of just shy of 2R. The winning trade we ended up taking was 4R, so, taking into consideration, pretty easy math. 4R minus 2 losing trades equals net profit 2R on the trading day. However, just like always, let's go in and showcase executions. Going to the Discord, ended up posting it in the Discord. Of course, this was after the trade was done. These are the executions, and this was, I guess, the chart work, even though I just showed you guys the chart work on TradingView. But we are about to go in, break down my thought process, pre-market analysis during the trade, all the fun stuff. Same thing like always. Yeah. Nothing is new. Going to what I was looking for, going into market open, I was looking to see this AMDX continue. So I was looking to see us continue within this X phase of the AMDX, potentially continuing to validate this higher time frame power of 3 lower. However, what ended up also potentially giving me a bullish bias was the fact that we had not only just an NDOG, but we had an NWOG up here at this high. For you guys that don't know what an NWOG or NDOG is, new week opening gap or new day opening gap. Going to market open, what ended up happening? Let me comment a little bit more on the quarters, because you guys may be like, why were you looking for AMDX? For you guys that do know quarterly theory, you'll probably sit there and say, well, we weren't within an X phase. And you are right. We weren't. We had this accumulation. If anything, it was X AMD. However, what I was looking for was AMDX. Why did not that end up not showcasing based upon the quarters? Mainly because that's just what I was looking for. That was a little bit more discretionary. What do I mean by that? So we had AMD. This was the distribution phase going into Q4. I wanted to see this manipulation of Q3 act as not only accumulation but manipulation as well. I wanted to see 2 things happen within this singular phase. So we can count Q4 as the X phase for either that reversal or that continuation. Was Q1 also X? Yes. So if you really wanted to know how it looked like this. X, A, M, D, also within this Q3, and then X. Going into market, I don't know why I clicked off the chart and then just clicked back on the chart. Going into market open, price action began to actually displace to the downside. That's when I was looking for potential longs to the upside. Of course, like always, we had huge divergence with YM. YM ended up taking out those highs. Now, commenting more on the first 2 initial trades we ended up taking, looking to long toward that NDOG and NWOG. We had a session SMT or session sequential SMT. Oh my goodness, I look so chopped from there. Session sequential SMT at these lows with ES and YM, obviously with YM continuing to displace to the upside. And how do we end up getting our trade execution? 30-second change of state of delivery. Executed upon it, got stopped out. Was like, okay, if we get stopped out on this, what do I want to see happen? What I want to see happen if we get stopped out on this is a microcycle sequential SMT form with ES continuing to give bullish confluence that we wanted to reverse toward the upside. What ended up happening? Price action continued to displace through the downside. That's when I scaled out on the 15-minute time frame. It was like, okay, we're looking to continue this X phase that I was looking to originally see happen, meaning I want to go short. My objective was this external range liquidity. However, we ended up forming another session. Well, this was not a sequential SMT, just a regular SMT off of these lows. Actually, I lied. we did end up forming a sequential SMT off of these lows, which led us to continue higher toward this 15-minute PD array we were then looking to short off of. Why was I looking to go short? Apart from the fact that we were within that X phase that we were with. Bro, I keep messing up my words. Like, I could say my words so like eloquently if I wanted to, you know, but right now it's just, you know, it's just all over the place. I'm trying to make as much sense as possible though. Hopefully it does, and if it doesn't, anyways, why was I looking to short? Actually, everything I say makes sense. It's just scattered, you know what I mean? It just needs to be put together. Why was I looking to short toward this objective? Within this PD array we had retraced almost 300 points for. The reason why I was looking to still continue short was because we left this objective unmitigated. We didn't end up taking out external range liquidity, which I wanted to see get taken out. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look to short toward external range liquidity because I want to see that as the target objective to get taken out before doing anything. So scaling down to the 1 minute time frame, price action had a huge reversal to the upside. We were still looking for a short opportunity within here. What were we looking for? We were looking for a higher time frame PDOA, sequential SMT, and a lower time frame change state delivery for that confirmation of execution. Price ended up aligning almost perfectly with time, nearly perfectly. Literally would have been like, actually no, I think it did. No, price aligned perfectly with time. We had this huge reversal, retracement for the CE of this higher time frame, 15-minute fair value, bearish fair value gap, bearish PD array, call it whatever you want, it doesn't matter. PD array is just a fancy term for confluence. And we were trading above midnight open. Where's midnight open? I almost said I'm gonna stretch it out here. Pause. So that's why we were looking short. Had a 30-second change of state of delivery to the downside. Had our limit order set executed. Stop loss at the sequential SMT high and looked to target midnight open. Pretty simple. Midnight open was our low-hanging fruit, mainly because I wasn't quite sure on the 4-hour time frame whether or not we would have that full displacement back to the downside. Of course, you guys are seeing it in hindsight with price having already developed, but remember, at one point this 4-hour candle was fully bullish. So I was like, you know, what is playing right now? Oh. It's tough, but I don't know, it's tough enough for me to add. Anyways, so, yeah. At one point, this 4-hour candle was a full bullish candle, so I wasn't quite sure whether or not we would end up having a huge reversal back to the downside in that huge wick, so all I looked to target was midnight open as low-hanging fruit, and 4R was more than enough for me on the trading day. Now, do I think price action has the potential to continue toward external range liquidity? At this point, I do. When my original target was midnight open, I would have said no. Like I said, everything right now is in hindsight, but I do still think potentially we have the opportunity to displace down there and end up sweeping out external range liquidity. But yeah, so, and for anybody curious, candle structure, open, high, low, close. Pretty friggin' simple. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's trade recap. We are all green on the week. I have structured my trading in a little bit different way now, fitting and tailoring it toward my own personal psychology and how I execute best. That is higher RR, higher trade frequency, lower win rate. That's just the reality I accepted, because anything else outside of that just does not work. Eventually I will make a full video on that for now, you guys will just continue to see the trade recaps. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and peace, and have a nice day. Oh, join the Discord if you want, or if you don't, I don't